You ever stop and think about all the complex systems that just work? The ones that keep our world humming along, totally out of sight, but that we rely on every single day? Well, today, we're going to look up to explore some truly essential work that's happening right over our heads. Think about it. What is the one thing that stands between all the critical activity happening inside our hospitals, our warehouses, our workplaces, and all the forces of nature raging just outside?
The answer? It's an unseen shield. And I know it's not something we often consider, but commercial roofing is that critical barrier that allows our entire society to function day in and day out without interruption.
Okay, so this unseen shield, what are we really talking about here? When I say commercial roofing, what does that actually mean?
It is so much more than just shingles on a building. We are talking about a critical, engineered system. A strong, weather-resistant roof is what protects the equipment, the operations, and most importantly, the people inside the buildings that are literally the backbone of our communities. All right, so that's the big picture. But to really get a handle on this, let's zoom in on one specific and really crucial project. We're heading to the Plymouth Way Station out in Washington State. Now, this might not sound like the most glamorous place on Earth, but believe me, its role in the state's infrastructure is absolutely vital. And here's exactly why it matters so much. This way station isn't just a building. It's a key node in the entire supply chain. That roof protects the technology and the people that keep goods moving efficiently and keep our highways safe. It's the perfect example of how one single roofing project can support an entire community. And that way station is just one tiny piece of a giant puzzle. The world of commercial roofing is incredibly diverse, covering this massive range of buildings, and each one has its own unique purpose. Just think about the sheer scale of it. We're talking everything from those massive distribution centers that power all of our online shopping to the local government buildings where critical public services get delivered. Each one needs a specialized approach, but they all depend on one thing: a reliable roof to function.
The connection here is so direct, it's undeniable. A warehouse roof protects the flow of goods. A municipal building's roof ensures we have access to public services. And a retail store's roof, well, that protects the engines of our local economy.
So despite all the variety in these projects, the core mission, it never, ever changes. The goal is always the same: do the work right and finish it on schedule, period. Because any delay can have this huge ripple effect on the entire community. And this brings us to the people who actually make it all happen. Because behind every single one of these projects is a dedicated team of skilled workers.
And the level of dedication we're talking about here is just immense. This is not your typical 9 to 5. It means starting early, working long, hard days, and often traveling far away from home, all just to get the job done right and on time.
Their process is methodical and honestly incredibly demanding. It all starts with just getting there, sometimes traveling for hours to get to a remote site. Then, before a single tool is even picked up, safety becomes the absolute top priority. Only then can they focus on executing with real skill and precision to meet those tight deadlines we were talking about.
And all of that effort, the travel, to focus on safety, the craftsmanship, it translates directly into the stability of our communities. Their hard work is what keeps those unseen shields strong.
So after seeing all these different projects and meeting the people behind them, the real question becomes, why does all of this matter so much? What's the big deal? Well, the difference between a failing roof and a reliable one is the difference between chaos and continuity. It is the line between operations grinding to a halt or remaining secure, between valuable assets being at risk or being protected, and between essential public services being interrupted or delivered without a single problem. So in the end, we're not just talking about building materials. We're talking about the protective layer that allows our economy, our infrastructure, and our communities to thrive. It truly is the unseen shield for our society's most essential functions. And that leaves us with a final thought. We've just looked up and we've seen this invisible work that protects us from above. It kind of makes you wonder, what other essential work and what other dedicated crews do we just completely overlook every single day?